session. I'm sure it's very clear to you all. But if you have any doubts, you may please ask doubts so that it can be clarified. It's always good to clarify your doubts and go in peace. Yeah, this is the time for you, man.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Uncle. I firstly thank God for this opportunity. And my question after listening to this session is like, how different it is of the last trumpet after the seal and seventh trumpet judgment. Like, how different it is from the last trumpet of rapture. Can you please clarify that, Uncle? How is it different?
Good. That is a wonderful question. That's a wonderful question. You know, this Paul is writing in the context of the Jewish culture and tradition. That's a number one answer. You know, Jewish feasts, the 7 feasts of the Jew, they're all foreshadow in Christ in the New Testament, right from Passover to the Sukkot, that the tabernacle, all are represents. And the last 3 festivals, that is a trumpet festival and Feast of Atonement, and then Sukkot, that is a tabernacle, they're yet to be fulfilled. The Feast of Trumpets, normally they say it is for the return of Christ, second coming. And then Feast of Atonement is a 7 years of tribulation, where they will be confessing their sins and purging themselves and repenting. And then Sukkot, that is a tabernacle, that is a 1,000 years reign, millennial kingdom. So having said this, Paul might be, see, when there is something is silent, we cannot just say it is only, we have to compare the scriptures. With the help of the scriptures, we can get somewhere, some point. As long as it won't contradict with other scriptures, it's fine. If it contradicts, we should be very careful. Now, what I say, Paul must be thinking, Paul must be writing this in the context of festival of a Feast of Trumpets. There are going to be different types of blowings. 4 different types of blowings. I will, in a minute, I'm going to show you the clipping. And the last blow is going to be a long blow. That time, the feast is going to be end, and all the congregation is going to be gathered. So, the comparison, at the trumpet, all the saints are gathered to Christ. Maybe in that context he must have written. The second context, he is writing to the Corinthians. The Roman culture and Greek culture was very much there. And, according to the historians and history, the soldiers, when they are going to fight the battle, you remember, Bema judgment seat, he was mentioning that is Roman or Greek culture. So maybe he must have speaking in that context. So there will be 3 sounds of trumpets. First trumpet, soldiers, wherever they may be, they come to their tents immediately. If they are outside or sleeping, they will get up, everything. And the second trumpet, they will put on their dress and ammunitions, everything, they will be ready. And at the come and stand in the line. At the last trumpet, they march on. That is the culture. Maybe he could have said in that context. Definitely it is not the 7th trumpet of tribulation, 7th trumpet judgment. Why I say this? Because Paul was martyred by the time when John is writing around 96 AD, Paul martyred somewhere 67 AD. So Paul had no clue at all about the book of Revelation. how can he mention this last trumpet? That's my answer to you, my friend. And now we can see this clipping. Watch very carefully. Watch very carefully.
The blowing of the shofar is a major part of Rosh Hashanah, or the Feast of Trumpets, as it's called in the Bible. During this ceremony, the shofar is blown with 4 different patterns. Blowing of the shofar is a major part of Rosh Hashanah, or the Feast of Trumpets, as it's called in the Bible. During this ceremony, the shofar is blown with 4 different patterns.
So, my friends, this is their custom. And, there is 100 blows. They repeat that. And the last is Takia Hadola. And that's a long trump blow. At that time, all the people will gather as a congregation. So, Paul must have used this in his mind while writing. So this is my